Bed. Love.
Bed.
Bed.
Love.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Bed. Love. Beyond. Bed. Love. Beyond.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Bed Love Beyond, episode 12.
Full dozen.
Yes, a full dozen.
Not
yes.
a baker's dozen.
Yes, not a baker's
I
dozen.
never
No.
understood that.
All right. This is the podcast for the hopeful and the hater in us to discuss sex, love, and whatever's clever with like-minded people like you who are also in limbo with love.
Like us.
Yes. Like we said, this is episode 12, and the title is Online Dating. Plenty of good or okay stupid?
Okay, stupid.
Okay.
Oh, we're not supposed to weigh in now. Sorry.
Okay, stupid. All right. First, we're going to discuss
You didn't even introduce yourself.
You're right. I just want to get into it.
I don't
You're
even
right.
like introducing myself, but I know you didn't introduce yourself.
You are absolutely correct. I just wanted to get into the topic, but
So
you're right.
I am your one co-host, Jennifer,
Wow.
since I never like saying my name.
Yes.
And you are
Martini.
very good, Martini.
Yes, and we have a special guest today.
Special guest.
Yes. Wow.
I don't know. I feel like we need like a bell or something.
Something about bing. Music journalist Kathy Iandoli. Well, yeah, I messed it up. No, already.
You were so close.
I know I was.
Kathy Iandoli.
Yes, Iandoli. See, I knew it. I can't even look at my own handwriting. Iandoli.
Twitter, Instagram at Kat3000.
Oh, look at that. See?
It's called hashtag marketing.
Yes.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about online dating, the apps, the shit show,
The
and
shit
all those
show.
other good things.
Yes. But
So-
first, we need to talk about the polls.
Oh, yeah.
Voting polls.
So, I don't know. In the meantime and in between time, I put up a little poll about which one of our listeners' favorite online dating apps were feasible and lovable and all those good things. And it was pretty much equal across the board. And the choices were Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, Bumble, Tinder, and other. Also Happen, eHarmony, Match, and Zoosk. Never used Zoosk, but people seem to like it. But it's been pretty much across the board. A little bit of everyone for those who actually weighed in. Thanks. And I saw you put your own poll up, which I personally missed, but
Oh, is it up there? Because
no, you put a poll up about our last podcast about the blowjobs. You said, right?
yes, it was about. Is it okay for a woman to say she's done with giving blowjobs in relationships forever? And it was split right down the middle, 50%. 50%.
Men and women probably weighed in and said yes or no, and the men probably said hell no, and the girls probably said hell yes. And that was on our Twitter page at Bed Love Beyond, and our Instagram is.
But
at
one
Bed Love
person
Beyond
did,
Official.
a woman did write in, and she said only if she expects him to be done giving in return.
Oh. Very insightful. Thank you for weighing in with some commentary there. So, Martini, since we're off to a weird start today, how was your week?
Week was very up and down. As you know, we do like to give out anecdotes and stuff like that because we want people to relate to us, and I mean, we really have like nothing to hide because we really do like our audience and stuff. So, well, obviously Jen knows this because she was there. But a couple days ago, yeah, Jen and I we were just talking about the podcast and talking about love and stuff like that, and pretty much I literally broke down right in front of her, literal breakdown, and she was like, "What the hell is going on?" Because just a lot of just life things were just happening all around me, and it just really hurt. And I got off of we're talking about the dating sites later on, but I was on OkCupid for a while, and then I was just F it, because for some reason I just broke down and was just wow, I don't know, I feel like I have nothing to offer anybody. So
In your defense, it wasn't a weeping session. You were just very stressed out about it.
No, it definitely wasn't a weeping session. But then again, I mean, even if it was, I would have said it. Whatever.
Real men cry, damn it.
No, it's not even that. It's just that I hate that men can't say that.
Right. I hear you.
You know, because they have to be like all stoic and stuff like that. Like, fuck that. If you want to freaking cry, you know. But yeah, and I was just like, man, I really have like nothing to offer to these people. So like, why am I even on here? So I started like just reflecting, and because I guess the thing is that, because we were talking about this earlier off air, it's just that, you know, like my main thing right now, forget about like the whole like marriage and stuff like that. I just really want I want somebody to love, and I want somebody to love me back in return, you know, just as much. Like, no, seriously, that like because I miss that, you know.
Aww.
I really do. Like I miss that.
You're upsetting our guest.
Singles here.
No, because
Drake's music.
I'm just saying you can do better. No, but I truly miss companionship, like, and I wonder if, you know, when I'm gonna get that again. You know, I wanna know what love is. You know,
We're very musical today because
Just so you know, you had a power ballad fist up when you said it. So
no, but
I think that's normal.
that's
I
my
think
thing.
everybody kind of wants to know, like, that's if like you like other people. Some people just loathe other people. Like
present.
like you kind of just like want to know how to get that, and that's why it's really good that we're having this conversation today about the dating apps, because it's not as easy as it may seem on these damn dating apps.
No, it isn't, because
they're fucking creepers.
You think it's like a la carte, you know, it just, you know, no, I'm serious. You like, you go on OkCupid, okay, because I compare it to the club. Like I said before in a couple podcasts ago, a couple episodes ago, that I can hold a conversation with a woman, no problem. But the approach is where I mess up on.
Right.
You know, so it's like, but with OkCupid, it's like, you know, like they're just right in front of you. You're just
right,
like, oh,
right.
okay, you know, no, and, you know, but still, you're still missing a step. It's not as rewarding.
Right.
You know, even though it's easier to do that. So I don't know, but yeah, that's what happened with my week. I broke down, but you know, I'm just trying to pick myself back up. So what about you, ladies? What has happened in your week?
Exciting happened with me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been patrolling the sites,
Right.
but I don't know. It's like, if they're too weird, it scares me. If they're too normal, that scares me too.
Too normal, meaning?
I don't know. Like, I want to buy a house and have kids. Like, gotta go buy.
Loser.
Trying to do well by yourself.
As I like chastised my ex for it, but like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, oh man. And then it was funny because I had the doctor's appointment this week, and my doctor's like super creepy. I love him now. And he was like, so how's the dating scene? And I was like, good. And like, my doctor's in New York. I'll go to New York for my doctor for a date. Don't know about that. But like, he's like, how's the dating scene? I was like, well, it kind of sucks because I live so close to New York. So I only get people from New York, and I don't necessarily want to drive here all the time. Easy pass one up, motherfuckers. And I don't see you paying for it. And they don't necessarily want to come to me. And the first question is, do you have a car? It's like, well, I'm not too good to take the train, but are you? I don't know. And then the days of like picking up your boyfriend at the train stop, I used to find it endearing, and now I think I would just find it absolutely fucking annoying. So I've battled with that in my head, and I was like, oh, maybe I have to change my zip code on these things and like make it like West Jersey. Then I'll find somebody in like Sussex County and they have no teeth.
West Jersey.
No doubt.
Is an abyss. Fucking vortex.
What about you, Kath? Anything interesting this week?
I've actually outswiped everything on Bumble. Like, I've swiped so far left that I've reached the end of Bumble. Like, I have no more options left
Right.
by swiping so many times.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my week on the dating front. I literally said no to every person who has ever signed up for Bumble.
It's really funny because, like, I know a lot of us have, like, the protective covers on their phone. And, like, every so often I will, like, clean mine. But, like, the other day, like, I noticed that there was, like, a line going across my phone.
That's how you know.
And I was like, So I was like, ladies, if you want to catch your man in a lie, like, check. I was like, what? Why you got that swipe
Check
on your phone?
the swipe.
I was just like, this is sad.
Yeah, but Bumble, literally, the the people on Bumble right now, like when I first signed up, I was like, oh, there's some quality men on here. And it's just gotten progressively lower and lower and lower in quality. I think as more people are signing up for it because they're getting so sick of the other apps, they're signing up to Bumble, and then you're getting just this tidal wave of just fuck shit.
I've never even heard of Bumble. Does Bumble work like Tinder? Just swipe left or swipe right? Like, or how does that work?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, they all kind of behave in the same way now. The Tinder, the Happen, the Bumble, the OkCupid, all of those apps, because it's such instant gratification. Like, yes, no, same thing.
But it works like it's location based.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And it attaches to your Facebook if you want it to.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. A lot of people, I've met a lot of people, and I'm like, do you have Facebook? And I don't know if they're lying or not. They could be. I mean, people lie all the fucking time. But like, no, I don't have Facebook. And I'm like, well, how the fuck did you sign up for the app?
Yeah, I don't let them in my social media like that, though. I don't ask them. I would, because somebody gave me their Instagram, and then I saw their Instagram photos, and then I didn't talk to them anymore because their Instagram photos were just a bunch of like pictures of women clutching their breasts.
My Instagram is tasteful.
Can I just say,
The ice girl that just happened in
Martini's
this room.
Instagram
It's tasteful.
looks like the inside of the mind of a 13-year-old boy who got his first erection.
Yeah, sometimes you do have breast.
14. But
I go on
they're
my
tasteful.
feed and I'm like, why?
They're tasteful. They're not like, trust me,
But then you
there's a lot.
repost the entire caption where there's like, I used to think that, my body was not my shrine, and now I'm like, why do you attach the caption? Delete the caption.
I don't know. I just do. I just
Yo,
love the whole
all
thing.
I have to say is this episode is going to be fire. There's 3 Pisces in the room.
Woo.
What?
Fishy.
But okay, so
I'm kidding. It's tasteful.
I mean, I guess guys.
no, there's worse.
Yeah.
There's my pictures. They're risque, but
I've seen vaginas.
there's worse. See,
Is that legal?
I don't do that.
Probably not.
Oh.
See, I don't do that.
Yeah. That's why I'm afraid of the Instagram.
I like women. I'm sorry.
Good for you.
Good.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Wow.
I don't post dick on my shit. I just want to put that out there.
I mean,
They just come
You
to my
could,
inbox.
I was like, you could from the amount that you receive.
oh.
I'll show you later. So where are we going with this today? I lost the notes.
Well, first we should tell everybody about our social media because
There's no breast or dicks on our social media yet.
Just a breast and a dick running it.
Because we want people to write in, give us topics, or if you have any inquiries about us or about any, subject matter.
Need advice, like our friend Mr. Jean-Claude
Yeah.
Van Damme.
We have, you can go to our website, www.bedlovebeyond.com. Also our Gmail, bedlovebeyond@gmail.com. And you can also call in and leave a voicemail, 201-862-8-BED, which is 201-862-8233. Also have a Facebook like page, facebook.com/bedlovebeyond. Instagram, bedlovebeyond official. Twitter, @bedlovebeyond. And of course, you're listening to our podcast on either Podbean, iTunes, or Pocket Casts. So we thank you very much for that.
Gracias. So, online dating, Planet Good or OkStupid?
Yeah. How do you feel about dating apps in general?
Okay, so I work from home most of the time, and I don't get to go out. I don't have coworkers. I don't have any of those things that people like. You're like, maybe you'll meet somebody nice at your job. Nope. Nobody's coming out of like the freaking TV to like holler at me. And like when I do go to like meetings in the office, there's like 1 or 2 guys who I'm like, they could live anywhere in the state. Maybe I should talk to them. But I'm like, maybe not. So at some point. But yeah, so I figured OkCupid or online dating was like the way to go. I've done it before. I'm not gonna lie. Cannot tell a lie. And I don't know, I figured to give it a try. But the problem is that like, first of all, it's very judgy. You're being a judge, you're being judged, and I don't necessarily care about it but to a degree, like, there's no choice. You have no option in it. Like, you're sitting there and you're swiping left or right, whether you like them or not. You read their profile, either like they say something witty and have substance, or they're just like holler, or hit me or whatever, or too much to type, or the lazy motherfuckers write XXXXXXX, like, because they just need to fill in the spaces. Like, I think Plenty of Fish does that. And, like, they won't fill in any information. Just ask. Employment. Ask. What? Yo, some dude told me, he's like, I was texting with him, and he was like, I'm a boss. And I said, a boss of what? And he sent me the fucking Urban Dictionary definition of like a boss. I said, you said you were a boss. You didn't say like a boss. I know what the fuck it means, but like,
yeah.
And I'm just like, you're a drug dealer, bye.
Or a Rick Ross fan.
I was literally about to say.
Either way, I don't want to date him. So, like, I'm like, and that's being judgy, but fuck it, you have to, I guess. I don't know, but it's weird, but it's a necessary evil. Like I said, I've met like people out in the world like 2 times, and they're both married now. So clearly, I didn't do the right thing.
Oh, don't say it like that.
No, like, I mean, I had opportunities to date them, and I kind of like pussyfooted around it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, so I was like, because I didn't know how to do it. At least like on an online dating site, you know what you're there for.
Yeah.
You know, when you meet somebody and you exchange numbers, you're like, okay, and you're like, what does this mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of like instantaneously friend zone them because you don't know what else to do with them.
Right.
So then you're just like, oh, okay. And then like, you don't know. You just don't know. At least online, you know what's up.
Right.
Looking for friends. I don't know. It's a shit show. But it's a necessary evil sometimes.
It is, because, I mean, what is the statistic? Is 1 out of 5 people who have met have been online. So, like, that's the thing. I mean, that's where we're going. I mean, everything is being done online. They have all these apps, like banking, all that stuff. It's like, why not find somebody you want to love on a dating site? I mean, I remember when it was like taboo, like, what? Online? What are you doing? You know, because it was very like catfishy and stuff. But it's
Still very catfishy.
no, but now it's fine.
Kathy over here knows how to investigate all that stuff. I send them to her first.
I'm a pro. I can't help it.
I learned it from Neve.
I mean, I don't know. I had alright experiences. I mean, I've only really done OkCupid. I mean, out of all of them, I like OkCupid the best, just because, I mean, I like the questionnaire, because it does weed out everybody that you don't want and bigs up the people that you do want. And you know, I've met 2 people out of there, and they're both awesome people. You know, I've met you, and I've met.
Oh, thanks. Maybe.
You know, and also, you know, met my ex. I mean, yeah, I'm 0 for 2, but whatever. I mean,
yeah, but you like had relationships out of it.
no, exactly. So I like it. I mean, I've tried Tinder. I tried like Happen once, just because like you told me about it, and I was like, okay. But then, you know, I'm kind of like a hermit, so I don't really go anywhere. So I keep getting the mailman.
Oh, there's like a train right by my house, so I get all the guys who are like going to like.
There you go.
To work in the morning.
Oh.
That should really play in your favor.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll show you later what I've got.
No, that's good.
We'll trade playing cards.
I've done OkCupid. I did Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish is, well, I don't know how it is now, but before, Plenty of Fish to me was like a cesspool. It was really bad. I was just like, what is going on? I did Coffee Meets Bagel, which I thought was pretty cool.
We all did that. Mm-hmm. I forgot, because we were talking about this episode for a while.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, this is like good. So a lot of us like kind of just tried different apps just to see like what the like statistics were, and the, you know, probability and all that other fun statistical shit. And
I actually forgot how Coffee Meet Bagel works.
It was a shit show. They gave you a bagel every single day, and the bagel was a guy, and it was like bad prostitution. And like you sit there and you're like, well, let's see what he's about. He goes to this school or went to that school, and like it's just terrible. And then you're like, give the bagel back. And then like you earn beans by sending people to like, so sometimes I'd get like guys I think Kathy would like, so I send them to Kathy,
right? Yeah.
And I'd get like 200 beans. It was really bad.
It was like currency. Yeah,
these are coffee beans.
Coffee
just so
beans.
people know.
not cool beans.
Not cool.
Not cool beans.
Not jelly beans.
No. So then, like, I'd be like, oh, here, Kathy viewed your guy. You get 300 beans. I'm like, thanks, Kathy. And then, like, I'd take the beans and I'd buy more bagels.
Yeah, it's just a vicious cycle.
It wasn't good.
Low quality.
Yeah.
I don't think I chatted with anyone.
Yeah,
No,
it
me
wasn't-
neither.
It wasn't.
Those bitches were on Shark Tank.
Oh, yeah? Did they get money?
Mark Cuban wanted to buy it, I think, and then he was like, and they were like, I don't know, and he's like, I think you really have something here if you help me, like, let you market it, blah 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 blah, and they just said no. So, yeah, that was a bad time.
Yeah, so I did, Tinder as well. Everybody knows Tinder.
Tinder is a fuck site. Can we get that out? And like no, really, like, isn't that really what it's for hooking up, right?
It is. That's what people have made it into. Yes.
Because that's what, like, I have friends who are players. Hey, fellas. And they'll come on one day. And they've told me they've been on Tinder. Like, yo, I met this girl on Tinder and we just hooked up. I'm like, what?
I've never been on Tinder.
Well, no,
No.
because the intent was, all right, let's compare OkCupid to Tinder. So like OkCupid, you'll find somebody, whatever, like 10, 15 miles away, and you guys talk and blah blah blah. But like with Tinder, they're in your proximity, so you just be like, oh, not that oh, I don't have to wait. It's just like, oh, this person's here. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, what's up? Okay, let's go to the bar. And then you go to the bar instead of just like talking for like days on end. You're like, I'm not doing anything. Let's see who's in the area. Oh, cool. Let's meet up. So like that's it. But people now have taken it to that level, just like, nah, I'm a fuck, and you see that with a lot of women on there, because I've been on Tinder and they're like not looking for a hookup and blah blah blah, because they're like trying to look for like real relationships, which is fine, but Tinder I don't think is the right arena for that.
Well,
Right.
I think all dating apps tend to have copied Tinder's technology, because in the beginning, Tinder was supposed to be something like that, like a GPS for hooking up, really. And all the other apps that originated from online dating sites have taken pieces from Tinder's game book and are applying it, but they're trying to make it seem like it's more meaningful. So it's weird because you have all of these apps that all actually just do the same thing. But because of the nature of like what that app is known for, it became different. So I don't know. I actually have never been on Tinder because of what
The rumor is.
Right.
And also because a lot of people in my line of work go on Tinder, so I don't want to be seen on there.
No, sure. I was just gonna say that. So how has the dating scene or these dating sites affect, your dating because of what you do?
Well, I should just get out there, first of all. Like, I'm an OG online dater. My first real adult relationship was from a dating site, Love at AOL.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, not my first rodeo.
For all you millennials out there, you don't know. You don't
For all
know
you
about
millennials, there was this site that had a dial-up, 16 kbbs or kpbs, whatever it was called.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's just a fundamental difference between online dating and dating apps. Because I think with online dating, to start, I mean, I've been on almost all of those sites, but a lot of the sites, I mean, essentially when you put together men and women in an internet forum, it becomes dating.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I had a Mi Gente page. I had a Black
Yes.
Planet page.
Yes.
I had a MySpace, a Friendster. I've dated off all of them. And then as,
Y'all remember College Club? CollegeClub.com?
I've heard of it, but yeah.
That was around the same time too. It was really old.
Yeah, and you meet guys off those sites, and then you go into the dating realm. I've been on Match, and I paid for Match because we were under the impression that when you pay, you'll get less creeps, which is like exactly the opposite.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then
You just get creeps with money.
you just get creeps with money.
Creeps
you
with
get
money.
creeps who can shell out $9.99. They're like, all right, I'll pay $10 to be a fucking loser. So, but then, when you get into the dating apps, I've just recently joined these apps. And yeah, it is difficult because in my line of work, the kind of men that I meet all the time are either one of two. They're either famous
Yeah.
or they're just totally sleazy, or they're both. And
Famous
the
and
ones
sleazy.
the ones who aren't famous and aren't sleazy are the ones that you're like, he's like my brother. Because the problem is also in my line of work is the moment you're connected romantically to anyone as a woman, you're automatically seen as a jump. So you have to be really careful that if you're going to
public perception,
public perception, you're a total jump.
Yeah.
So you have to be really careful of who you date within the industry, because if it gets too publicized, then you become that girl. You have to kind of be careful, and you have to make sure that you really like that person and you really want to take the plunge. And I have dated a couple of guys who were in my same line of work and, you know, worked in the same industry. And then, you know, to our detriment, because then it becomes a competition. You know, for all you Sex and the City fans out there, it became a Carrie and Berger situation. It's always, you know, oh, you got a byline where? I've got a byline. You got laid off from this site. I got laid off. And it becomes kind of a pissing contest, and you don't want any of that either. And for me on these dating apps, I tend to just put writer. And you get a lot of guys who just automatically assume that you're unemployed. And what's interesting is that entices them more. Once they find out that you're actually successful is when they start to back away. So when they see the writer, it's automatically like, oh, she must be kind of broke, or she must be like some goofy blogger.
Maybe she writes for Reader's Digest.
Maybe, I mean, they get paid good.
She's like, hold up.
You're like, I'll take a job.
Big ups to Reader's Digest.
Yeah, big ups to Reader's Digest and your $1.50 award. No, but yeah, I mean, they assume that you're not successful, and it's almost more enticing for them. And then when you have these conversations, it goes in different directions. Like, I was on How About We, and I did a How About We date that was super basic, like a cafe or something. And I met a guy off How About We, and through the nature of our conversation, we had like a 4-hour conversation in person. By the end of the conversation, he slipped me a mixtape. And I'm just like, bro.
Wow.
And the thing that was interesting was he didn't know what I did until the date, which means he just had a spare fucking mixtape in his bag. As soon as I told him what I did, it was like, okay, perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
And this dude, after I stopped talking to him, 2 years later, texted me with a fucking SoundCloud link the other day. And I pull a new phone through this, and he's like, you don't remember me? No, I don't. I remember I bought my own tea.
Right.
And I remember your shitty mixtape that I literally threw out the moment I got to my car.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, for any person who works in some sort of career that has something of a higher profile, these sites are really hard because you can't not put a picture.
Right. Yeah.
So, and you're not famous enough to be the type of person who does not put a picture, you know, guys, it's me. No, you can't, you're not that.
Yeah.
So it's really difficult because I try to be as vague as possible, but try to give some sort of an inkling that I do have an actual job and I do make money, so that I don't disappoint those guys when they come and see me and think I'm just going to be a modern day housewife. Yeah.
Right.
So it is pretty difficult. There's actually a couple of dating sites that are for high profile people.
Oh.
There's The League, and there's Raya.
I think I've heard of the League. Yeah.
And
as long as you mess with that.
They go through I'm still in the background check phase.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they do a hard background check on both of them. Raya's a little bit more for like celebrities or people who work with celebrities.
Okay.
But The League is one of those ones where they dig in. You have to give them all of your socials. You have to do all this stuff, and they just like deep dive to make sure.
Yeah.
Then when I signed up for The League, they were like something like, "Congratulations, you're number 96,142. When your application is ready, we'll notify you." And I'm like, I gotta wait how long? And by the time I do, it's gonna probably be like a shit show like the rest of them. But you know, it was worth a shot.
You think so? Because
I don't know.
Because it seems like it's an elite group. I mean, not to sound pompous
define
or whatever,
elite though, because it's like
well, they're not getting just anybody.
Yeah, but eventually.
And they're vetting, you know, so.
Yeah, I mean, I actually deleted both apps because I got really pissed because I was like, "What's taking you so long?"
Yeah,
I'm like impatient, so I was just like, delete.
Right.
But I don't know. I'll re-add them and let you know at a later time.
I have to say, I do give a little bit of credit to OkCupid, just a little, and probably because of my, psych background, that they have like the questions that you ask, and some of them are really good questions, and I believe that they are questions that you should care about and ask. And I do think it's important to answer them honestly. I mean, I've never done the questions for like
absolutely.
eHarmony or Match or anything, so I don't know how that goes. But I do think it's important to answer them honestly. Like, do you get pissed if somebody burns the American flag? Does it really not bother you? How important is it to you? And they're annoying to answer, but like, it almost makes me wonder like why I'm such a high percent with some people. I'm just like, really? But I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you. I like the questions. I just don't know how legit, their statistics are as far as like actually matching people.
Right.
Like, go ahead.
No, I was turned down from eHarmony based on their questionnaire.
Really?
Yeah, they said that I was too career driven. No man will ever love you. No, no. Their questionnaire. I mean, to your point, OkCupid has a really good questionnaire where you're allowed to give your opinions on things. Mm-hmm. But with eHarmony, it was a lot of questions about your future.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I was like, I can't wait to be single in my 40s, but it was, where do you see yourself 5 years? With a career, with a family and a career, whatever. Yeah. And they were like, due to your results or whatever. Bye, bitch.
Bye.
A couple of friends I know were also turned down, and they, strangely enough, they were all attorneys.
I remember last episode that we had when we had our guests, the video game experts, Poly Games. I told them about that. Yeah, I'd even get like a match, like nothing. It was just like, no, due to your whatever questions, nothing. And I was just like, wow. Okay.
I don't know.
Thanks.
Now I kind of want to do it just to see what the deal is.
It takes a bit, but I mean, yeah, you should. Why not?
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I like the questions like I was saying, but I don't know how much the percentage weighs in real life. Mm-hmm. I do remember though that like my ex, who I always talk about, who was like the bad one for me, whatever. After we broke up, we kind of like remained friends, and he went on OkCupid and I went on OkCupid. And like he messaged me, and I think we were like a 76% or something. And he's like, OkCupid says we're 76. He's like, I kind of liked you a little bit more than that. I was like, thanks.
Yeah, but
I was like, how does one weigh that?
No, well, yeah, because I think it's about the background. I think that's why I like the percentages. Because when let's say you do look at a high match, I will like go through that person's profile. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And I look for specific questions too, because because sometimes you just don't know. Because one of them I like to check is like, do you mind dating somebody of the same like background or same race as you? And some will be like, yes, I do mind. I'm like, whoa,
wow,
okay. I was like, guess I'm not saying what's up to you, even though we have a high match. You apparently don't like me because of my race.
Okay, and this guy right here, you guys can't see him. We're 90. Where was it? It was 93%, I think. 93% match.
Okay.
Straight. I'm not messaging him. He's 40. Mm-hmm. From New York. I don't know where Eastchester is. Holler. He's an easygoing guy. Works hard. Also, he likes to leave his work at work. I love doing anything outside, whether it be golf, hiking, beach, skiing. I fucking hate all of those things.
He sounds like a serial killer.
What? How does he sound like a serial killer from those things?
Too normal. Listen.
As much fun as going out for nights is, I do enjoy staying in with dinner and a movie and cuddling on the couch.
Creep.
I'm a romantic guy. I believe in communication and honesty.
Why is he a creep?
I will never cheat on a woman. I like to be affectionate. Okay, you've already said way too fucking much.
I look forward to strangling you in my basement.
I have an architectural firm, and also in law enforcement. Gun killer. I know, weird combination, but I love doing but I'm really good at building things and trying my best to help.
Thank you for correcting yourself, because you did say I like doing goats. So
he probably does with that kind of profile.
And also I do love that you're reading this, because we're getting two female perspectives on what you guys think about what men write in their profile. So this is amazing.
Ridiculous.
So
it depends on the female though. Just in all fairness, you're dealing. Yeah, she's showing me these pictures. Hell no. I don't know.
So why do you think you guys? Oh, I'm sorry, but why do you think it's you have a 93%? Have you checked?
Because I like love. I like it. I don't love it. Calm yourself.
She's like, I'm out of here.
I love love.
I love love. Mm-hmm. Now me and him are at 87%. I can see that. So like, I mean, he's a little old though.
But
He
you
looks
but
old
you
there.
but you have
I'm
to
gonna-
go. You have to go by the categories. The categories at the bottom to see why, because the categories also have the percentages as well.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah, it does.
like
It
the percentages
says-
are like sex, religion, ethics.
83% in sex, 81% in dating.
So
Either
that-
way, the point of
Was
the
that
matter is
that was the 87% one?
yeah.
Okay.
The point of all of this is
Mm-hmm.
that you really can't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah. So
Well, I
which
do.
is exactly what you're doing.
know.
Kathy's like, I do it all the
Remember
time.
remember good conversation guy? We talked about him.
Yes. Good
Him and
combo
I
guy.
only a 62% match.
And this is why you guys failed.
And this is why we don't.
Well,
talk
and it's
anymore.
also because he has, clip art as his photo. I mean, those are stock images.
yeah, because he really when he sent me his pictures, I was like, that doesn't look
That's
like Tyrese.
not correct. But yeah, I think a lot of guys
That's
who go on
inaccurate.
dating sites put up what they think we want to hear. And
Okay.
in doing that, we think that they're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least based on my experiences. I mean, there's certain triggers where I can kind of tell a guy is going to be a little bit of a lunatic. And man, 9 out of 10 times, it's usually correct.
You know why? Because
They got crazy eyes.
we all trust our instincts because we're the same.
Yeah.
We trust our instincts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh damn it! I just went to his profile. Now he's gonna know. Damn it!
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
There's certain lines like that guys say during the initial banter that tell me to run.
Mm-hmm.
Like when guys are like, oh, "You're something else," you know that? Nope. Bye. I'm out.
Wait.
Gosh.
Wait, do you run because he can't surmise a thing to say to you, or is because you don't like that rhetoric?
I
like
mean-
something else. What the hell does that mean?
My early days of online dating, I was really banking, but my standards were way lower. Now it's like you eat with your left hand, fuck out of here. But it's like, but it's a little bit different. I guess it's because I don't know.
It's so real. It's so awesome.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's and the problem too is as a writer,
Yeah.
I edit those profiles with my eyes, and that's the problem. Because
Actually, we have an article here by Marie Claire. And one of the things we'll read it a little bit later, but it's funny that you said that, and I was going to shout you out for it. Because one of the things on like how to make your profile perfect is to check your grammar. And grammar Nazi over here, she's going to get at you.
I'll get like DMs and they'll be like, "You're beautiful." I'm like, "Thank you." And he's like, "You're welcome." While you are, I'm like, "Bye." I mean, I think the thing is, we've been told nowadays that you shouldn't really judge people by their inability to use proper grammar, and if they talk like how they text, you shouldn't judge them for it. And I say, you know what? No, I'm going to judge them for that, because if you're just slapping a bunch of bullshit onto your profile, because you and I both know we're not reading it really, you're looking at the photo. That's why the first thing you see on the app is a photo, and you don't even have to click the profile to look at the photo, and you can actually say no based on the photo. You swipe, the picture goes away.
Yeah.
There's no, wait a minute, but the drop down profile, you got to read that first. No,
Yeah.
it's all visual. But
Yeah.
once you get to the profile, and I think that's where online dating differs from dating apps. The online dating, you have to sit there and take your time. And if you don't take your time, or if you just simply don't have a decent grasp of the English language, it shows.
Yeah.
And for someone like myself, I want that. I that doesn't mean, maybe somebody with really shitty grammar won't cheat on me and will bring me flowers or something like that. But for me personally, if I see that, it's just a quirk. I mean, there's other things that, I'll let slide.
That's a question on OkCupid.
What?
Does poor grammar bother you?
I
Yeah,
know.
it
And
is.
I
Yeah.
put yes.
I didn't know how to check yes fast enough or hard enough. I mean, I dated the guy, strangely enough, the guys that I dated on the online sites, I have had really shitty grammar, but they were my longest relationships. But I'm not with them now, so
So the grammar came back.
yeah, because
Still the grammar.
because the love letters had tons of errors. No, I think for me with these apps, if I'm gonna go into the app world,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my standards as high as possible, because I just think it's just such a cesspool out there. So let me just,
Yeah, I mean, it got to the point where I was like messaging people back to be nice. But
Yeah.
you can't do that.
No.
Because, like, hi, you say you're so beautiful. Shut up.
Or when you reply to them, they're like, hey, and you're like, hey, and then they reply with their dick. Like,
No, what about the guys who have their profile picture, which is a dick?
I know. And who's going to be like, swipe right? No, that's obviously.
Or like of a dead kitten.
Wait, that's a thing?
Something like horrible.
Some dude, it was a picture it was taken with a webcam, like a real webcam, like those ones that you fix on the top of the computer.
Creepy.
Yeah.
And it was like him and a wife beater, and he looked like a wife beater. And his message to me was, "Can I lick on you? I think you'd like it."
Ew.
Like,
That's like, that was his initial.
that was his intro. "Can I lick on you? I think you'd like it."
Yeah.
And the problem is, someone somewhere
It's
okayed
gonna be like,
it.
yeah.
Somebody did that. It's like that theory that we have about those guys when we were younger at the mall who used to be like, psst. Somebody
Right.
turned around and said, what? Like, somebody did it.
Yeah.
So, ladies, just up your standards. Because, yeah, he's just, "Can I lick on you?" What?
Wow.
Then you got the foot fetish guys.
Oh my God. The guy who's like, could you
I
send...
bet you have pretty feet.
Yeah, could you send me a picture of yourself barefoot? That's
Why
actually...
are you looking at us so screw faced? Like, this shit does not happen.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I'm
but he
just,
doesn't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a picture once up where I had open-toed shoes on, and somebody actually messaged me and said, "Pretty feet." I was like, barf. No. Like, yeah, I mean, you have to be really careful because you leave the floodgates open.
S&M guys.
Oh my God, the polyamorous guys. Hey, I'm married and we're
Me
looking
and my
for
wife
a third.
want to know if you want to join in.
Hi,
No.
I'm Ted and Rebecca, and we're just looking for our third. Yeah.
Nope.
wait, okay.
You
I-
look intrigued.
No.
He's
Obviously, no. Obviously, you don't like that. But do you take that as a compliment? Or like, no.
I mean, I do. I mean, that's cool. But I'm not gonna
I'm serious.
go.
No, of course not. You know,
But-
I mean, and if you do, go ahead. We don't shame or whatever. But I'm just saying, how does one take that? Just like, wow, like
It's a compliment.
they want me.
I guess I can see how it's a compliment. I just think it gets like frustrating because you're like, this is not what the fuck I'm here for, and I
Right.
outlined that
Sure.
in my profile.
You put
Like,
no polyamory.
I don't know if I outlined no polyamory, but I said like looking for a committed relationship. So obviously, if I'm looking for a committed, cheers.
Right.
If I'm looking for a serious committed relationship, what the fuck do I want to be with you and your wife for?
Yeah.
Are you gonna buy me a house? Not that I am looking for anyone to buy me a house, but you know what I'm saying. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? What are we gonna do? Am I gonna
Yeah.
move in with you guys? Do you have a basement?
But it's a testament.
Can I bring my dog? I mean, like,
Yeah, but it's a testament to the fact they don't read the profile. Like, I
Right.
specifically put in my profile,
Yeah.
I keep to the age limit of
Okay.
like my age
oh, that's
limit.
good to
Yeah,
put
yeah.
because
And
I'm getting
I-
20-year-old virgins.
Well, I get 57-year-old men who are like,
Yeah.
hey. So,
No thanks, Dad.
no thanks, pops. I think, you know, they don't read the profile. They look at the picture and they test the water. And I think the polyamorous people are, it's kind of funny because if you're a married couple and you're looking for your third, you're not going to find any slobs. I'm just like, well, but I'm still not going.
Right.
But
What if he looks like Uncle Jesse?
have mercy. No, but maybe. But I guess the thing is with a lot of those sites, you know, I was just having a conversation with my friend yesterday, and the thing that's interesting about the dating apps is they don't have the specifications on them. Like, you can put what you are when you sign up. Like, you can put your height, you can
Yeah.
put your hair, race, whatever. But when you're swiping,
Yeah.
those things don't show up
Yeah,
on
it's
certain
weird.
apps.
Right.
So she met a guy and she was like, most of his pictures were from the waist up or whatever. And she met him and, you know, he was incredibly shorter than she was. So things like that, if you put your height as like 6'2", because if you're putting what you want and you're saying, you know, I mean, I'm 5'7". So if I put no one under 5'7", let's say.
Yeah.
And someone's lying if they're 5'4" and they put that they're 5'8" because they want to up their chances of meeting someone. Eventually, you're going to have to meet that person.
Yeah.
But a lot of things, and I don't know if you get this too, Jen, you get a lot of pen pals. These people who just want to
Yeah.
sit and talk to you.
Right.
And
Don't initiate.
yeah, and they've developed this these like rules for app dating. You know, you talk twice and you have to meet. You know, if they don't oh hello, who's that? If they don't if they don't
They're
want
currently looking at a profile
Sorry,
right
I'm
now.
currently
yeah, she's just shopping.
browsing the web.
If you don't meet them within like the first 2 interactions, it means they don't want to meet you, or they're just looking for someone to talk to.
And that's the thing that I find like a little difficult. I hate when guys like message you and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" Like literally on here, this guy messaged me the other day and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Nothing." He's like, I forget what he told me his name was, and he's like, "Want to meet?" And he's like, "Cool, we'll meet Thursday." Bitch, you don't have my number. You don't know anything about me. You think I'm gonna drive to the city? And I was just like, okay, you think we're gonna meet Thursday? Fine. Thursday came and went. I didn't even message him. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to really be in it. You have to be in speed dating mode where you're like, okay, Monday I'm meeting this one guy, Tuesday I'm meeting this next guy. And I actually tried that for a while when I started grad school.
Okay.
I met a ton of dudes off, I forget the site, but it was like every other day I was on a date.
Right.
And it's funny because, you know, you meet a lot of nice guys, but you meet a lot of creeps.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if at this age I would go that route, mainly because I'm so busy. But back then, you know, it was, they're mostly guys who, you know, live in New York City. I live in New Jersey. But it really is a case study for a lot of the guys that you meet. Like I said at one point that I want to like write a book about those guys because
Why not?
you meet so many.
Oh
of
my
them.
God, can I like have like a little excerpt?
You can be an excerpt. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's because, you know, a lot of guys don't. She's shopping. Don't.
Yo, I'm so sorry. I'm just doing quick match while they're talking just because.
And she's She's.
I'm like literally got my finger on the
Yeah.
X. Sorry.
She just got the X going because, yeah, I think, you know, there's.
Is that?
That's Florence Henderson.
Yo, this dude's got a picture of Florence Henderson.
Yeah, and you're a 71% match. Can we also get out there that Martini and I were a 96% match?
Oh, that's right.
That's true. Yeah. Jen and I had, from the last time that I saw, I had an 83%. And see, that's the thing. That sucks because I deleted my account. I can't go back and to see like the questions and stuff like that. But then like with Kathy, yeah, it was like 96%. I was like, what the? We're okay.
We're both writers.
That's true.
That's probably
Yeah,
That's
and we're
true,
both
too.
Pisces.
That's true too.
And we
Jeez.
both have cars. I don't know. Oh, no, not
Kathy,
him.
this is like your boyfriend.
No, but then look at the one on the far right. See, and this is the other thing. It's like they pick those pictures from like.
Oh yeah, like four of these, like
Yeah.
that picture, Kathy. Like there's a picture of this guy, beard,
Yep.
Kangol, like kind of a slimmer face, like giving like the like sarcastic, serious look.
That's a Kathy.
That's Kathy's all over
that's
that.
a
But
Kathy
then there's
pic.
like, I hung out at the bar last night.
Yeah,
and Kathy's like, go fuck yourself.
You can't tell. And gentlemen, any gentleman listening to this, if you have a beard, at Cat 3000.
No, she's serious.
That's it. At Kathy.
No, I'm actually serious.
Well, Cat or Kath?
Kath,
right.
Kath
There you
300.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah, crazy eyes. Yeah, and
There you go.
Guys, if you have crazy eyes, don't put it in the profile.
they have to be very careful on these dating apps because
she's handsome.
what about the guys who take the pictures of them like laying down? Or what about the guys who put their hobbies as sex? Automatically, I think you're about to kill me. Like you're or
What?
Okay, the gym pictures?
Nope.
Nope.
no, the pictures with the Bluetooth get out of my face. I don't the shirtless pictures where they're holding up the camera to the mirror.
Is this guy picking something out of his teeth?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's
What the fuck
The
is
one in
happening?
the middle I'm okay with, but then look at that. Oh, the guys who put relaxing as a hobby. The fuck does that mean?
You sound lazy.
You sound just super lazy.
Sacramento, California. Why are you in my shit?
See, but but a lot of those guys are like, well, I'll just move her out here.
That
because-
guy looks cool.
I'll just
that
move
looks
around
like his
here.
fat brother.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's very
This
misleading.
is the realest that you're ever gonna see this happen.
No, but it's good for the guys that are listening to.
Because when you have two
You know.
textbook haters sitting there on a dating app, sorting through. What is that picture to the? There's a man and he's looking into the distance, and there's another one where he's and then there's one where he's trust falling. I'm sick of it all.
Oh my goodness.
Or the guys with the side profile, like you can't see their face really.
Okay.
Look at that guy. He's gonna kill you.
He is.
Yeah, you can't.
So no serial killer photos, no gym stuff, no dick pics or dick profile, whatever. No dick anything.
Right.
The only time you give her a dick pic is when she asks for it. There you go, guys.
Have you ever asked for one, Jen?
No, never. I mean, no, never.
I usually get them unwelcomed.
Right.
You know, they just
a lot of women do.
Yeah, but unfortunately, some of them.
Oh my god, he looks like fucking Tom Hardy.
Some come when I call bluff, and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done this.
Oh, don't do
Like
that.
when you say, yeah, right.
Oh, don't do
like,
that.
Here it is.
Ta-da!
But no, Martini, I have a question.
Yes.
Since we're having this open discussion, and I hope your listeners are still, here.
Yeah.
Part in our internal conversation.
Yeah.
Martini, what is it like? I wish you could log in. Oh my god.
Yeah, I deleted my
Oh,
but
God,
in terms of what?
Like, what does
Women.
it look like on the man side?
Yeah.
We want to know.
Give us the knowledge.
What's our competition like?
Well, no, I mean the only thing that I usually, well, for one, I can't say that because I was gonna say you guys need to write back because you guys never write back. But I mean, I can't force you guys. If the woman doesn't see anything of use, then why? And just like you said, don't write back to be nice because then you're leading the person on. So that's fine.
Right.
I mean, the pictures are fine. I don't know.
Like, is there girls with like boobs out and ass hanging out?
No,
like
not
side
really.
shots looking like they're like in the Love and Hip Hop show.
That's more on Tinder.
Oh.
And that's more on Tinder. Some of them are just like, yeah, like just ass. It's like, I don't know, Rebecca 23 ass, and I'm just like, okay.
I feel like that would be a spam account, though. Like, is that really Rebecca?
Is that really Rebecca?
This guy has sunglasses on in every picture. Like, does he have eyes? I don't know. Does he have a lazy eye? I don't know.
So, one thing is you guys are very demanding in your
Because we know what the fuck we want, Martini.
I didn't say it was wrong.
Oh, sorry.
I just said that you guys are very demanding. You guys will have like a literal checklist. You're like, know this, you do this, no, hey, no, this, no, that. I'm like, oh my god, like, how am I supposed to approach you with all these things that you're saying? And I don't know. I mean, yeah, you guys make it tough. I mean, as Kathy said before, I know how to write, so I know what to. Well, not what to say.
I read
say,
your
like,
profile, and I feel like you wrote too much.
Well, he's a writer.
I mean, yeah, I probably did write too much, but at the same time, like I've said before, like like, people are going to write to you,
Right.
regardless, whether I wrote too much or too little, just based on the thing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna, put my sign up here. This is me. What's up? If you want to say something, if you don't, you don't. So yeah. But yeah, Jen's.
No, I'm sorry. I'm listening to you.
No.
I
know you're.
The shit show.
She's still shopping.
Yeah, she's still window shopping.
What is that guy?
I'm not even really giving any of these people a chance. And I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that, like, I can tell. And that's the thing. See? I can tell instantaneously that if I look at you, like, if I'm attracted to you.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I understand why they make you put your profile picture first.
Yeah.
So since we are talking about the profile situation, some of the points that this article that Marie Claire put up, I'm not going to read the entire thing. It's just how to make the most of your online profile. It says, ask your friends for help, which I did, Martini. You helped me.
I did.
And Ashley helped me.
Why did you ask me for help?
You weren't here at the time, sorry.
Oh.
If you were here, you would have done it. Avoid cliches. like walking on the beach, drinking wine from a roaring fire in front of a roaring fire. Yeah, nobody wants to hear like I like long walks on the beach. Do you? Because I don't. Because fucking walking in the sand is hard. And
It's true.
Right.
List sociable hobbies.
That was supposed
Play
to be
up your
positive.
love of anything sporty. I'm not sporty.
Ugh.
I'm like Netflix.
If you tell me to go camping, I'm clicking out.
You're like glamping.
I enjoy camping and hiking. I'm like, oh, that's cool because I don't.
Right.
That's cool
honestly,
'cause I don't.
Like I would try camping, but if you really, really don't look at me like
You
that.
would try camping?
Like glamping, really.
You're like camping at a hotel.
Like I try camping.
Well, do you think like camping is like The Revenant or something like that? Like,
I
what
would
do you
try
mean?
camping
Like-
if I didn't have my period and it was spring.
Okay.
And if it was just one night and we got there late and we were leaving early.
See, I don't know. I think there's just something not natural about having to shit outside. But
But
no,
no, some of those places have bathrooms, Kath.
Yeah. I'd go
I
on.
know.
I'd go on like the camping grounds. I wouldn't go like, all right, we're going
I don't want to be
like,
near animals.
you know.
If they can guarantee that no animals will show
Would you
up,
go to the zoo?
yeah, because they're away from me.
in their cage.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, for women, it's also a safety issue.
Right.
So you're assessing these guys to know if you can meet them. Because you hear all of these horror stories. You never hear a horror story of a guy meeting a girl off the internet and then she gags him and throws him in a river.
Yeah.
You don't hear that.
Yeah.
So for women, it's also a safety issue where you're just trying to assess as best as you can by reading the profile, by looking in their eyes, by texting, by talking. You just want to make sure that you're going to be safe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And, we do have the girl code of like, hey, I'm going to be here at this time.
right. Text me.
Whatever. If this guy turns out to be a total like crazy. But recently, actually, I met a guy off an app and I thought he was going to be really cool. And I realized during our initial exchanges that there was something off. And it was the first time I can safely say in all of my years of online dating where deep into the interactions of my deciding I liked him, did he become someone I was like someone who's I was questioning my own safety. Because usually I can weed through quickly. I can be like creep,
Yeah.
cool creep. This guy, I really thought he was going to be cool. And then just deeper into the interactions, I started to realize that I was like, wow, no, this guy might actually be dangerous, so
Wow.
yeah, I had to block everything.
Wow.
Because also he Googled me, and a lot of the talking points that he started to present deeper in the conversations were based upon things that you would find about me on Google.
Yeah.
So like he was speaking my interests into his interests, or like speaking things that I've written about as things that particularly interested him. And because I'm just paranoid and I don't trust many people just off the bat, I started asking more questions. I'm a journalist. So I was trying to sniff him out.
Yeah.
And as I asked deeper questions, he couldn't answer them, obviously, because Googling surface level
Yeah, that's it.
banter, like was asked for deeper info and he couldn't provide it. And then he started to get a little bit upset.
Fidgety. Oh, upset.
And it became a thing. So
Wow.
yeah, and that was the first time.
That's crazy. So it wasn't even organic, like organic speaking
It felt
to each
organic in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
He was so cool.
Yeah.
Over text.
Right.
And when we got on the phone and I heard his voice, something didn't sound right in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said the catchphrase, you're something else. I was like, what? There it is. Red flag number 1. And from there, it just got progressively worse. He started like suggesting certain things about his life. And I was calling him on it. And, I do have to thank a show like Catfish for putting our radar up.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, because without a show like that, you don't really... you don't realize, I mean, you hear about things like the Craigslist killer, but
Jesus Christ.
you don't realize that until you see a show like that people can wildly misrepresent themselves. I'm not talking about I tilted my camera to move my double chin. I'm talking about like, I'm not a dude. I might be like, some goat fucking lady from the Midwest. Like, you don't know.
You guys make fun of us for watching Lifetime, but that's just for real.
Yo.
That's why we're in the know.
And both of them are
Look
looking at me.
What the hell was that crazy
geez.
girl's name? Damn, and there was a Lifetime movie about her. Why can't I think of her name right now?
Jodi Arias?
Yes. Look at Jodi Arias, beautiful girl, right?
Yeah.
She went to a church thing to listen to this guy preach and acted like she was so interested in his Mormon shit. No disrespect to Mormons, I don't really know anything about it. And she killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
then there is a reverse.
Yeah, I mean,
You
like,
found
yeah,
the most famous one.
yeah,
That's
and
great.
she's crazy.
That's great.
You're like, and that does nothing for us. But I'm just saying, the fact of the matter is that it's like serious out there. You really need to like screen your people. And like, you know, sometimes I'll talk to people online. They'll be like, "Oh, you seem normal." I'm like, "Wow, it sounds like you've had like the same shit show that I have." But then he seems normal, and I seem normal. I feel like I'm pretty fucking normal. And then it's just like, well, where is this going now? Like,
Yeah.
because now we've exchanged conversations, and now it's just like,
Does normal mean dull to you?
no, it means not psycho, not like stalkery, not like. So marry me. When are we gonna get married?
Yeah,
What's your
but-
last name again, so I can write it after my last name? And
But I don't like when guys use default crazy to describe a past relationship or someone that it didn't work out with.
True.
Because that's the other thing that I don't like either. Oh, my ex was just so crazy. Was she? You know? So,
Was she?
but that's the thing. Like, it's like that seems to be the go-to for a lot of guys. Like, you seem normal. My ex was crazy. And it's like, well, you know, that's not a selling point for me because you just sound like crazy yourself in that respect. I don't know.
I also think guys shouldn't talk about their exes. Like I've heard, like guys have asked, like,
Well, at least not in the first date.
no, I mean, I've been asked, like, well, how long was your last relationship? You know, and I'll answer
Right.
honestly, and they'll be like, well, why'd you guys break up? I'm like, well, we just wanted different things, which is the truth,
Right.
And that's really all the fucking information you know.
Yep.
You know, guys will be like, oh, she cheated on me, but we're still friends. I'm like, wait, what? And when did y'all break up? Like, oh, 2 weeks ago. And like, why are we talking?
Guys go in.
Why are we talking?
Yeah. My last date, he went in on about 3 of his exes. I was like, bro, I don't want to hear this.
Right, I'm not looking to be number 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, just to go through the list real quick, it just says to choose action shots, stay positive, be honest, be specific. It just says be concrete, you know, I guess about what you want. If you love traveling, say where your favorite places are and why. Upgrade regularly. Keep your profile up to date. Make the efforts to renew your profile on a regular basis with relevant information about yourself. Check your grammar. Say cheese. Yeah, that's kind of true. I always get like, don't you smile? I'm like,
They just want to make sure you have teeth.
right. That's a good point, though. I mean,
Yeah.
we look so. Choose recent photos. Keep it short and sweet. Have fun. Be the focus. Summer loving. Summer loving just means that. Our latest research found that people in summery photographs were seen as more attractive than winter pics. Oh.
I can see that.
It's because you're half naked.
How to spot a good date. It says no negativity, no arrogance. Check their photos. No waffling. Kindness is key. Cool. I mean, thank you, Marie Claire.
Now, when you say no negativity, I wonder if they mean the people that say tired of the bar scene. Is that negative or positive?
No, I think like it says. I think it's like we said, like the guys who are like, oh, my crazy ex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, are there any good women left? God.
Where is she?
A lot of things that I see on my end, you know, from the women too. They're like trying this for the 4th time to see, you know, if I can find my love and blah blah blah. You know, like repeated.
Right.
You know.
I will say
So-
though, like I know my story, and I try not to be judgmental. But there are times where like I'll go back onto OkCupid or POF or whatever, and I'll see some of the same people, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing back here? Like something must be wrong with him. But then I'm like, you're being judgy because that means something may be wrong with you.
Yeah,
But like
I've
I said-
seen some of the same people too. Because I've gone back on OkCupid like 4 or 5 times, even though like I definitely have a love-hate relationship with OkCupid. I mean, I really do love it though. I think it's the best out of all of them. But you know, I just hate it because like I won't be able to. I mean, I haven't really been able to find people and stuff. So
you should try Happen again and just drive around more.
and drive around more, maybe, I don't know, or try to go for something more specific. Because as Kathy mentioned before, you know, they had like, you know, Black Planet or Gente and stuff. They have
Interracialdating.com.
They have that. They have, you know, freaking farmers dating.
Oh, yeah.
And all that stuff. They have real specific. I saw one recently, which was Geek to Geek. So
Oh.
maybe I might try that. I don't know. I'm not sure, but
There's a beard fetish site I was looking to join. But I think the word fetish really bothers me.
right. Yeah.
I went on Dharma date because I was thinking that maybe I'll find like a hot yoga instructor, and it was just a bunch of douchey guys who eat like barley.
Oh.
It's like, meh.
I have dreads. I don't have dreads. Which
Yeah,
one
when
are
was that
you?
picture taken? Because we know that that's not accurate.
Right.
Wow.
We're sorry, we're still scanning.
Oh no, go ahead. I will speak.
What do you have over there?
I'll speak to
Martini?
the audience. Pretty much just another article from EliteDaily.com talking about 6 reasons why Tinder has failed. This is the article. Tinder became the easiest way to meet hot singles in your area, and it was fun for a while, until of course it wasn't. Eventually, we all realized an easy dating app is the same thing as a lazy dating app. And the lazier we all become, the worse we are at dating. Using Tinder requires virtually no effort, which is fitting, since virtually no effort is given on the part of any of the guys we're matched with. We're all catching on to the fact that the swipe culture normalized by Tinder has made us more shallow, desensitized, dehumanized, exploited, and a hell of a lot lazier. I'd rather meet someone who wants to share the same experiences as me than meet someone who swiped right because I looked like a cutie. Here are 6 reasons why Tinder has become obsolete. 1, because many of us are bored of casual relationships. 2, because it leaves us feeling devalued. Number 3, there are better, smarter dating apps available now. And we were just talking about Happen. And Happen is where they don't use the swipe technology, which is perfect for those of us who have associated negativity with the swipe. You can share your taste in music with your matches because they've partnered with Spotify.
I have to say that is really attracting me to some people.
Happen also feels more real than Tinder because you've matched with people you've crossed paths with. Since you can see how many times you've crossed paths with that match, you feel connected to that person in some way. It's likely that the person might work in your building or go to the same Starbucks as you every morning, and that's pretty cool. Can Tinder do that? No.
Bye, Tinder.
Number 4, because women want to share experiences with men, not just their beds. And this was not an article. This was another app that I just realized reading this article. It's called Superdate. I don't know if anybody has heard of this.
It's a site?
It's an app. On Superdate, instead of swiping right to a hot woman's face, you can join Superdate. Think of a seafood restaurant with a view, a beautiful hike, or wine tasting night, and you'll be matched with other app users who want to share that experience. You'll feel a lot better knowing you're matched with people who you share something in common with. This app is able to achieve that without making users fill out a questionnaire or personality test upon sign up. In that sense, it's the best of both worlds. You can even upload your own date idea, and others can join to show that they're interested in experiencing your idea. Number 5, because Tinder is starting to charge money.
What?
Really?
Yeah, because I think they have there's swipe left, swipe right, and then there's super like, which is like.
Come on, look at this.
Show them.
What? What's going on?
Show
Okay,
'em.
they're showing me something here. Yes, there's a gentleman in Manhattan, New York.
What do we have here, guys?
67% match with Jenn, and he is pretty much naked, save for him holding a towel on his erect penis, and 2 pictures, one full frontal, and the other one is a side, like it's a mugshot or something like that.
Oh God.
And number
Here's your
6.
blue cat.
Nice, cute.
Number 6, because everyone's intentions are unclear on Tinder. And I believe we talked about that, about how we don't know what's going on because we didn't know the intent of Tinder before. Was it, just regular dating or hookups or one night stands, whatever. So I don't know if Tinder's necessarily on its way out because it's too much of an instant gratification. And like Jenn said before, some of your player friends, they've been very successful. So why would they want to stop?
Right.
If there's women willing to do that, then okay. And again, we're not judging. If you want to get it in. So there you go. But I think we did touch on this, but I definitely want to talk to both of you guys and ask you the question. Two things. Why don't guys have game anymore? just regular game? Why
They
don't I have game
to.
anymore?
Yeah, because they can hide behind the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like internet bullies, but worse.
Right.
Yeah, I guess it's I like him. I guess it's because
He likes his mom.
Aw. Well,
Because-
you know, this
because-
is actually
because-
his girlfriend,
Because now we're in the next Netflix and chill era.
right?
So it's like, yeah, do guys have game anymore? Like what's going on?
They do, but it's such a microwave society that they don't have the opportunity to actually refine it, I think. And so much interaction gets to be well thought out, and I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of these mobile and online dating apps, because they can actually sit and think about what they want to say. And that's another reason why I'm so picky on these apps, because sitting at a bar and asking a question, or at a restaurant and asking a question, is very different from being given the opportunity, given all the time in the world, to answer a series of questions. So what it's allowed people to kind of formulate a personality within like the confines of like this app. So they can either have a lot of time to do that, or they just rush through it, or whatever it is, but they're able to put thought into their actions. And a lot of charisma comes from how you react just spontaneously, like that interaction. That's where you find real charisma, not after people who can sit and think about how they want to behave. So it's a totally different animal, because you're not dealing with guys who just have to have some sort of a natural je ne sais quoi, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
What does stewed, brewed, and tattooed mean?
oh, that's from La Bamba. Well, I mean, it's probably a real thing, but when Richie Valens got his tattoo, his brother goes, "You're stewed, brewed, and tattooed."
Richie.
But that's probably a real saying, but that's where I heard it.
And I want to ask. Well, not even ask.
He's a real movie.
Well, yeah, I do want to ask Jennifer this. We've throughout the entire series of this podcast, we've been peppering and kind of teasing this person and stuff like that, but never really giving the full story. And finally today, I think we can, just because of the subject matter.
What's up?
Jennifer,
What?
you need to tell people about Johnny English.
Johnny English was... I don't know where I met Johnny English. Maybe POF. Let's say.
And to let you know, just a little quick thing. I remember when Jen told me about this guy, and I had to write these two things so I wouldn't forget it. He would give her the lunch meat look, and seemingly only wanted ass. But go ahead.
Okay, so I met him. Well, we talked online, and he seemed cool. He told me he was like a coach. No, he's like something like I have to see what time I get done with my kids. I said, well, how many kids do you have? And he's like 23. I said, are you a coach or something? And he's like, yeah, I coach soccer. So he was African American, but he hailed from London. So already I was in like Flynn.
Had the accent.
Yeah. And what was a little shoddy is like, I don't know if I felt like he just came here because he had like not like a track phone, but he had like some kind of phone that was like always acting up. I hate guys with phone issues. Sorry, that sounds really shitty, but like, yo, it's your mode of communication. Like, it just sounds shady when your phone don't work. It just sounds super shady.
Mm-hmm.
I dated a guy that worked at T-Mobile, and he used to tell me his phone didn't work. Had a bad experience. So, like, so we decided to meet, and I think it was like Halloween night. I don't remember. And he's like, oh, I'll come by you. He's like, I'll come to the Dunkin' Donuts. And I was like, yo, that's awesome. Like, he's gonna come here. That's really nice of him. He like lived like 20 minutes away. And he came and we sat, and he was just real cool and laid back, and he was like super cute. And I was just like, okay, like I was just being pretty much myself. And he was like, yeah, I'm going out with my boys tonight. I usually don't go out, but I wanted to come and meet you first. And he was like, so what are you looking for? And I asked him, and he was like, I'm just chilling. He's like, you know, dating is like a rat race here in America. And I was like, it's not a rat race. It's just, you know, you have to be upfront and honest about what you want. And he was just like, yeah, it's a rat race. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I was like, okay, well, have fun with your friends, and that'll be that. And then, like, the next day, he texted me or something, and we were, like, communicating back and forth. And then, like, a couple days went by, and he was like, I'm in your area. Can I come over? And I was like, no, I'm out, because I was out with my friend. And, like, I was out at dinner with my friend, and he's like, yo, dude is just looking for ass. And if anyone would know, he would know. So I was like, no, he's not. I don't know. And he's like, yo, he's definitely looking for us. So I basically like met up with him, and not met up with him. One night I was home, and he called again, and he was like, I'm in your area. Can I stop by? And I'm like, why are you always in my area? And he's like, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, well, I'm in my pajamas. I'm not going anywhere. And I was just like chilling. And then like, so he came in, and like I showed him just where I live, like the main living area. And he was like, who's here? I was like, my roommate's here. He's like, your roommate's a guy. I was like, yeah. And he was like, how does that work? And he's like, are y'all fucking? I'm like, no, weirdo. He didn't understand how I could like live with a guy and not sleep with him. It was like really foreign to him. So I was like trying to explain it.
No
to
pun
him.
intended.
Yeah. So then like I had to let my dog out. So I brought him like to the basement downstairs, like where it's my little chill area where we do our podcast. And he like sat down here on the futon, and he was like, come sit with me. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then like he tried like, he's like, come closer, I'm not gonna bite you. I'm like, oh, this is weird. And he like put his hand on my ass, and I was like, eh. And he was just corny about it. Like he wasn't even like slick. You know, he was just like very like mechanical about it. And I was like, what do you want? And he was like, I guess he like tried to kiss me or something, and he was like, but I don't want to kiss you on the mouth, I'm sick. I was like, what? I was like, this sounds really whorish. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. I was like, I'm not gonna hook up with you. Like, sex is awesome, but I don't have sex with people I don't know, and I don't know you. And he's like, oh, see, you make me feel a certain way. Like, I came here for that. I'm like, what the fuck did you come here for?
Right.
Because, side note, backtrack, we were upstairs, and he told me he works for IT, and he works in Newark. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, what company do you work for in Newark? My company's from Newark, too. And he's like, I'm not going to tell you where I work. You would come and stalk me. I said, excuse me, you're in my fucking house.
Yeah.
Like, this doesn't get any more stalkerish than you knowing where I rest my head at night.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, whatever, man. So then, like, he was like, nah, you're making me feel funny, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, I think you should go. So I let him out the garage. I was like, bye. And then he, like, texted me, like, oh, you made me feel a certain way. Like, I just came there for ass. And I was like, well, then what did you come here for? And he never really gave me a straight answer. Every once in a while, he would hit me up and be like, what are you doing? I'm by your house. But it would always be, like, mad late at night. But he would never, like, call. I was like, why don't you hit me up on, like, a Thursday and be like, what are you doing tomorrow night? I'll be in your area. Even if he's going to be in my area at 11, tell me the day before. Tell me earlier in the day when you know you're going to wherever is, quote-unquote, in my area. And tell me what's going on. And maybe I'll make an exception to hang out with you. But no, you hit me up at 11 o'clock at night like I'm in your area. What are you doing? And then mad because I can't hang out. And it's Friday and Saturday and I'm already out with people? Fuck you. So then he's like, I'm not going to talk to you for a while. I was like, okay, fine. Don't talk to me. No big deal. I wasn't checking for you anyway.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot for even extending the conversation. I just get bored sometimes, and I'm like, I'll reply. So, and then that's the one who I said that Johnny English hit me up, and he's like, I don't think we're compatible. And I was like, well, good that you finally came to that conclusion. He's like, I don't think I fit with you. I was like, I don't really know what that means. I mean, I was like, maybe that's like a London term. I was going to call you Kath and be like, is that something they say in London? Because I don't know.
It's not a fit.
Yeah, he's like, we're not a fit. And I was like, oh, sorry, Idris. Look, in my head, he was Idris. Like, I knew in real life he wasn't. He was more like Tay Diggs with Idris's voice.
Oh, boy.
Good God. I'll show you his picture. So he's like, he's like, you're a tiny girl. I was like, thank you. I was like, I've been working at the gym a little bit. So, and he basically, long story short, he basically told me that he had a 9-inch penis and that I wasn't going to be able to handle his 9-inch penis.
See?
Bomb drop.
You don't fit.
Oh,
That's what he meant.
It's not a good fit.
It's not a good fit in your vagina.
It's not a good fit.
Oh.
So I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Now I didn't want to be like, "Oh, like he set me up for the okie doke," because I could have been like, 9 inches, I got that.
No, you
But,
don't.
Wow.
I don't.
I had to bring out a ruler to see what it was really about. But like, I was like, 9, that's bigger than 6.
It's bigger than 6.
Not quite 12. But I was just like, okay, phones were not a good fit. I wasn't gonna argue him, because if I argued him and then it was like made it look like I wanted to fuck him, then he'd be like, oh, let me come over and show you. Let's see if it works, you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I've had problems with women because my dick's too big. I was like, I don't feel like that's the truth.
Ugh, yawn.
So yeah, we never spoke again.
Yeah.
Bye, Johnny English.
Bye, Johnny English.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
You could have been something. Something spectacular. Psych. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But the long of the short of it is that online dating is a shit show. But right now, until Kathy and I start our business.
Yes. And then no men will ever love us because we'll be entrepreneurs.
I really like, I don't know if it was like a real thing, but you ever see Mannequin? Remember, I think it was Mannequin
Yeah.
1. Like, duh.
Kim Cattrall, shout out.
I don't know if it was 1 or 2. Remember when his mom ran the dating thing out of her house? And like people would send in videos, like 15-minute videos of like what they're looking for. And
Jesus, 15.
I don't know if it, like, I could have made that number up.
That's a good, we should start a dating site.
And like,
good grammar dot.
Goodgrammar.com.
Jesus.
Dating
no.
with a dictionary. DICK.
So
Wow.
like seriously, I think I saw there was a billboard on 17. It was like some lady who was like it was called like Kelly's Little Black Book.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't trust that bitch with my life, but
Okay.
like that's the thing. They have sites like that now. I
Yeah.
forget what they're called. They have really weird eclectic names like dictionary. It's like but they're really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So we should do it, Kathy, and
Let's
like
do
get into
it.
business. And yeah, me and April talked about that once. April, who was on our podcast last time, we were talking about doing like a cuddling business for the winter.
Episode
You know
9.
how?
Like a cuddle buddy?
No,
business?
like kind of like rent a cuddle buddy, like rent a Netflix and chill buddy. But then you get to sign up for like, it's prostitution, I know. But like you get to sign up for like,
if you don't have sex.
yeah, right, you get to sign up for like what you want and how far you'll go.
Oh, okay.
Like if you just want somebody to like watch horror movies with you in the winter, which is really all I want in the winter, that's all. Maybe make me dinner. I don't know.
maybe dinner. That's funny.
Like then you can sign up, and I knew a couple guys who were interested, but then like these are guys who are also dogs who'd be like, oh, we can't have sex because you wrote it in your contract. I don't know. Regardless of the fact is that there needs to be a better system, but right now there's not. And this world has bigger problems than dating. Maybe after Michelle Obama's like done doing like the Get Fish, she'll be like, Get Love or something.
Get love. Well, the reason why I wanted you to talk about the Johnny English story is because of all that stuff about how pretty much the hookup killed the first date.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the first date wasn't bad. Like going to coffee isn't bad, but it's just like what your intentions are.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing. Like nobody, I have to be honest. Like nobody says like I want to take you to dinner, and when they do, it kind of freaks me out
Right.
because I'm like, why not just coffee?
Right.
So
No, but
I don't know.
again, there's an article talking about exactly that. You know, the hookup killed the first date. Why we don't go out on dates anymore. And pretty much the list is, obviously I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can definitely check out this article on our website, www.bedlovebeyond.com. And, you know, the number one reason why we don't go on first dates anymore is because we have sex before we hang out. Actually hang out. Another one is, well, because of alcohol. 2, because you only exchange numbers the morning after. I like this one. It was pretty interesting because we're all in debt. There's no denying it. We're all piss broke. Between the student loans, startup salaries, and entry-level positions, we've barely got enough money to feed ourselves. Taking someone to dinner to find out you don't even like him or her just seems like throwing money away we could have spent on a ticket to EDC. Another reason, because we can't get off on our cell phones. And another one which is good is because we've already quote unquote met on Facebook. And Kathy, you might relate because of that creepy guy. It's like, what's the point of a first date if you already know everything about a person? You know her likes, his political views, and her current employment. You know where they live, where they went to high school, and what event they're attending next weekend. What else is there to talk about?
Right. I get that.
Interesting.
You do like divulge a lot of information.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess that's kind of the other thing. I think the other thing that makes dating hard, and I know you've run into this, Kathy, and now that I have 2 jobs and the podcast, I've run into this. I really don't have time for it.
Yeah.
Because we value our time too much. On the possible chance that we won't hit it off, we feel it's better not to waste the time. If we're meant to hang out, it will happen naturally. Besides, we have an entire Netflix series to get through.
Right.
Wow.
That's crazy that you said that. I was that.
Yeah, I don't read the articles, though. You know.
No, but like that's interesting. But yeah, so I mean.
So I don't know if we're at the meme of the day.
Yeah, we can get there. I mean, there was one more thing.
Oh, do you want to get to it?
Okay, sure. To flip it, because we're always talking about like, oh, how come, nobody's good for us and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. I found an article to say, are we a good choice for a partner? As opposed to the people that we're looking for. Like, what makes us so special? Why do we think that we're, pristine and all that stuff?
I'm a catch.
We're not saying that you're not, but this was from meetmindful.com. And it was talking about, in relationships, especially when we are seeking one, it is common for us to look for the right partner, seeking someone who is our soulmate, and ultimately hope for someone to come along who is the answer to our prayers. Even when we are already in a relationship, we tend to look to the other person to be what and who we want. The kicker is, though, that we must pay equal attention to whether we are the answer to someone else's prayer. We seek the right partner for us, but are we also the right partner for them? So let's start out with some self-inquiry and relationship readiness questions. Take an honest look at yourself. What are your best qualities? What is the evidence that your self-assessment is accurate? Are there aspects of yourself that you are uncomfortable telling the truth about? Are you willing to work on either changing your self-perception or changing your reality to better align the two? Is the timing right in your life for you to be dating or be in a relationship right now? Are you available physically and emotionally? What do you have to offer in a relationship in terms of personality, lifestyle, quantity and quality of time? What does being in a relationship, marriage, or family mean to you? While self-reflection and inquiry are not always comfortable, they are always valuable. Start with being the right choice as a partner, healthy and complete. You will then become a better magnet for attracting the right partner and a healthier ingredient in your relationships. So, intellectual foreplay question is, what steps can you make to be a healthier choice as a partner? And the person says, here's one last love tip. Relationships require a lot of work, and rarely is any of the work on the other person.
Huh.
So.
Well, I find that to be true. Relationships are a lot of work, but if you are not equally putting in your share of things, it won't work. So, I can call you and, I can meet you online. I can call you. I can text you. But if you don't make the same effort back, even though, I don't subscribe to those rules, I'm not going to be the one calling and texting you all the time.
Right.
I'm not going to be driving to your house all the time. Not happening. I'm not coming to the city all the time.
Right.
Yeah, he's got to be wanting to come here.
Right, but you have to put in the same effort if you want to get something out of it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's got to be 50-50, or at least some people say it has to be 100-100. Both of you guys got to give it your all. Right. And that's absolutely true. But now we are on meme of the day. So please, Jennifer, what is the meme of the day?
Day. It is a lady biting her laptop, which is awesome because I want to bite my laptop right now. I'm starving. And it says online dating. A, he's married. B, he's a stalker. C, he used the picture from 1997. D, he lives with his mom and eats kittens.
Eats kittens?
Yeah, man, eats kittens.
What the?
All of the above.
All of the above.
That's basically what we feel like we come across.
Oh my goodness.
So
I feel sorry for the ladies out there.
we should make a fucking app that like lets you like talk online for like a Snapchat of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can hear how the person can have a conversation. Like, what's up, Jen?
Oh. I get what you're saying.
And that's how our dating life ended.
Maybe with not all those hand movements.
I'm Jen.
So, I don't know. Something's got to be better than what we've got.
No, I get
Something's got to give.
Well, thank you for joining into the conversation. Please come on to our social media sites. Let us know if you've ever had any good experiences. I have a friend who's getting married off of online dating, and a lot of friends who are in like serious relationships from online dating. So yay to them.
Please tell us your horror stories and your success stories. And I would like to thank Kathy for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
She had amazing stories to tell.
And you can be followed at
Cat 3000, KATH 3000.
That's for all the bearded fellows out there.
Please.
Yes. She likes beards, in case you didn't get that.
No facial hair. I swipe left.
Oh, wow. She's serious
Tell
about
a
it, too. She's serious about it, too.
Cheers.
All right, guys. See you guys later.
Peace.